Then we have treasury products. The another one. Last year there was number of questions. Usually we take this particular topic bit lightly because reason is, I'll tell you the reason. When it comes to the treasury products, it include forex that you have discussed in detail. We have discussed this particular one in detail. We have practiced number of questions around this particular one. So then another one is money market and securities market and domestic and global market, means area GDR idea. Okay. So money market product like call money, notice money, term money. We have commercial paper, we have certificate of deposit, we have treasury bills, we have LAF, liquidity adjustment facilities and all. Okay. But I'll recommend this particular one. I know कि everyone know around these particular things. ठीक है. यहाँ especially this money market, you know everything about the money market tools and all. ठीक है. But once practice this particular one, because like when I'll come up with the module C revision also, I'll be including 10 to 12 question around these particular one, statement based and all. So you will be able to recall things. You know things very well, but sometime what happened now, when we have exam pressure and also we do silly mistake and also please do avoid those areas. Securities market means आपका capital market and debt market, your equity market and bond market. So equity, they have given some areas like type of equities. There is no book building process is part, that is not part of your curriculum. But the type of equity, the type of shares, equity and preference, and even they have explained the different type of preference shares also, like convertible, non-convertible, redeemable, irredeemable. We have आपका participative, non-participative, and one more आपका, ठीक है, that is redeemable, irredeemable, convertible, participative, and one more type is there. Okay. Overall 8 kind of areas can be part of this particular one. ADR, GDR, IDR, again these are the part of this particular one. Okay. So we will be discussing all these particular one. Alright guys. हाँ ठीक है, तो आगे बढ़े. ठीक है. So treasury we will be discussing very lightly because these are the instruments and you know those particular areas very well. Everyone know. If you are having any doubt, please do let me know. I'll try to explain that particular one. So treasury management, we generally know nowadays treasury, that's generally known as integrated treasury. So we have integration of all these market. So we have integration of all these market, basically forex, money, आपका debt and equity, share market and bond market means, and आपका the GDR, ADR and IDR wala things. So there is an integration of these many market and that almost cover the entire financial market, right? So treasury function was confined to fund management, maintaining adequate cash balances, this that we have discussed earlier also. Product of like the first market is forex market. So product differentiation is based on spot and the forward. Okay. So spot means that value date wala concept where the settlement where trade gets settled within T+2 working days, and forward is आपका where trade gets settled in आपका any day after the spot date and all. Okay. So currencies, like see spot market आपका, ठीक है. So currencies are mostly bought and sold in spot rate. The spot rate refer to the payment and receipt of the respective currency. Settlement take place in 2 working days from the date of trade आपका, ठीक है. So this is the very first market आपका where we have cash already, or we have आपका term, and we have आपका spot. ठीक है. The another one is forward market. ठीक है. Forward market where generally currencies or the trade which generally get settled in the future date, any date after the spot date. Okay? Usually these are the swap contract between a bank and some institutions or some exporters, or we have forward contract between bank and some other exporters or other companies. We have sometimes we entered into the future contract as a bank proprietary position to hedge our existing portfolios and all. That generally comes under this particular one. Okay? So there is no, I guess there is no issue around these particular thing because we have already discussed our forex business, and that like even they are also part of the derivative things and all. Okay? So if you are having any doubt, please do let me know, guys. So I'll try to explain that particular one. Swap also, that is generally part of this. Okay? So swap means yesterday only I discussed this particular one. Okay? So it is exchange of आपका fixed versus floating. Anyone having any doubt, please do let me know, guys. So money market, so now when it comes to the money market, So we all know the instruments, but these instruments, ठीक है, like call money, notice money, term money, interbank transactions, there are limits आपका, ठीक है, that limit वाला portion is very important and I have kept this particular one, ठीक है. So call money, notice money, term money, call money overnight, these are the interbank transactions. Interbank means bank to bank transactions, ठीक है. Call money is generally for overnight and notice money 2 to 14 days and term money आपका more than 14 days to up to 1 year, ठीक है. Now how much basically a bank they can borrow through these particular one. So these are the limits. ठीक है, this is very important one and there can be one case study around this particular topic. ठीक है, तो ये portion थोड़ा सा important है पर आपका participant category and prudential limits आपका, ठीक है. तो prudential limit are very 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 important. So please do take care around these one. Like scheduled commercial bank excluding small finance bank, they can call and notice money, they can take 100% of their capital funds on daily average basis to the reporting fortnight and 125% of capital funds on any given day. Okay? That means like any given day, it can be, let's say random day aapka, let's say 1st to 14, any given day on 5th, it can be 125%, but once they'll report this particular one, so at time it should be on an average आपका 100% of their capital funds आपका. So that let's say if their capital funds are 100 crore rupees, that means they can borrow maximum up to 100 crore rupees on an average on the basis of this call money and notice money. Okay? In case of term money, it is where we required internal board approval limits within the prudential limits for the interbank liabilities. In case of payment and payment in regional rural banks, call notice and term money 100% of capital funds on daily average and 125%. See, it include call and notice and term money is आपका as per the board approval policy. But in case of payment in regional rural banks, it is 100% on a daily average basis reporting fortnight and 125% on a given day. So it cannot beyond the 125% on a given day. That means cooperative banks आपका call notice term 2% of aggregate deposit as at the end of previous financial year, that generally get calculated based on this. Primary dealers call and notice money 225% of net own funds as at the end of the previous financial year on daily basis. Term money 225% on net own funds. So net own funds at the end of the previous financial year. So please do try to remember these particular one. थोड़ा सा इनको याद रखने की कोशिश कीजिएगा and they'll help you to solve. Once we'll do the module C case studies na, we'll be having one case study or two case study around these particular one and they get asked so many times. So please do take care around this particular things. All right, chalo. So domestic market and global market. So where we have investment like आपका FIIs, ठीक है, foreign investments, आपका foreign investment in the term of FII and FDIs आपका, ठीक है. So foreign investment flow, direct investment आपका generally for FDI and portfolio investment आपका in the investment in the stock markets and all. I hope you remember the limits, ठीक है. So 10%, less than 10% आपका FII and 10% and above आपका FDI, ठीक है. So once in FDI, always in FDI, that module E. That's why I always used to say कि module A and B, if you spend more and more time on those particular one during your preparation, you will get these particular thing easy. Now, like if you, let's say if you start with the treasury management, you will study these particular thing in depth आपका. They have given the same content which is part of your module A itself, ठीक है. ADR, GDR and IDR, these also we have discussed. ADR and GDR by Indian companies in foreign market आपका, ADR specifically in NYSE, ठीक है. And GDR आपका generally आपका Luxembourg stock exchange from Europe, they get registered. Basically Indian companies, they are issuing depository receipt abroad and they are raising funds from outside India and they are the foreign investors, they are generally investing in Indian companies. Screenshot we will take this one. Definitely you can ma'am take it. And Rukmini ma'am, I'll share this particular PDF just after this session on app as well as on Telegram. So wherever you are comfortable, just keep these particular document handy and I'm preparing another documents. So with these kind of information, with those kind of information, so there are some specific areas which from where you will see the application and case studies based question and all. So I'll providing you that particular one, but still you can also keep these kind of things with you, right? So then we have ECB, आपका external commercial borrowing. This we have discussed as a entire as a whole unit आपका, and we practice a lot of question around this particular one also. Okay. So if you guys having any doubt, any queries, please do let me know in the comment section. Okay. Foreign currency funds of bank. The bank can use FCNR. Deposits funds for investment in overseas market as well as for domestic lending in foreign currency. They are also permitted to borrowers to borrow or invest in overseas market within a ceiling limits of 100% of unimpaired tier 1 capital and minimum 10 million US dollar, subject to guidelines by RBI. The bank generally use this facility to extend short-term loans, usually up to 6 month rollovers and all, to the different parties. Special facilities to the exporters. That is something which is aapka like pre-shipment and post-shipment related loans and all. They generally comes under this particular area. Free remittances. That is for that particular one we have LRS. So free remittances, it is aapka. It should be LRS only. 2,50,000 US dollar and all, and this is all generally comes under your LRS scheme. And LRS we have discussed in detail as well, right? So please do take care around these things. Investment securities आपका ठीक है. So if it comes to the securities market, so we have two major categorization. One is around the equities, another one is around the debt. Debt means आपका bond market. So equities we have shares market where we have the two major areas. One is your equity shares or common shares, another one is preference shares, and the another side debt. When it comes to debt or debentures and all, so majorly through the debt we generally raise the funds and all, that generally comes under that particular one. So we'll directly jump to those particular one. Corporate debt papers, whenever any company is issuing any sort of bonds, we'll be requiring these rating agencies approvals and all, and RBI, they have approved these particular one. They are get registered under SEBI and all. Debentures and bond. The difference between debenture and bonds is mentioned here. Debenture are basically, these are with collaterals. So whenever a company issue debenture, they are kind of a debt. They are kind of a bond. Sorry. So like they have a fixed rate of returns and everything, but they are with collaterals. In general, or the fundamentally their definition is around the they whenever the companies issue debenture, they provide some sort of collaterals. They are secured instrument. But when they issue the bonds, they do not provide any sort of security. So that is the difference between debenture and bonds, fundamental differences. But nowadays, when you'll see the practical life now, there are a number of companies who is issuing debenture without collateral also, or a very less margin as the collateral is itself. So that generally comes under this particular one. Correct? So equity, we have आपका with voting right and with differential right as dividend and all. So preference shares, the another type of shares which where there are some investors, those who are the preference shareholders, they get preferred over the equity shareholders, right? So they get preferred over the equity shareholders. That means they have preference of dividend, they have preference at the time of liquidations over the equity shares, right? Nitin sir, you can go with this particular one. If you'll search on Telegram now, JIB CIB Prep Official, if you'll search with this name now, आपका @JIB CIB Prep Official, so you'll get this particular one. And even in the description box also, you'll get the link as well. Correct है दोस्तों? Any doubt on this? So in case of preference shares, we have different types: cumulative, non-cumulatives, redeemable, irredeemable, participative, non-participative, and convertible and non-convertible. Any doubt around these particular one? Cumulative, basically, if investor may have missed dividend in the past, so whenever company will issue dividend, they'll provide the dividend for the past year also. As I'll give you an example for this one. So you can quickly build your understanding around this particular topic. So we have cumulative and non-cumulative. In case of cumulative, let's say there is a XYZ company, they have come up with they have missed dividend in 2022-23. They did not provide any dividend during this period. 2023-24, again they did not declare the dividend. In 2024-25, they issued dividends आपका, ठीक है. So now we have two type, one is cumulative, another one is non-cumulative. Cumulative numbers, so cumulative years or interest, ठीक है. So it is something when this company will issue dividend in 2025, they'll, if your preference share is cumulative preference shares, you will get dividend from these 2 years also, ठीक है. If it is non-cumulative, you will get dividend for only this year, ठीक है. That is the one. Another one is participating and non-participating. When it comes to the participating and non-participating, let's say this XYZ company, they come up with a dividend, okay, where they are giving one preference shares for 1000 rupees, okay, initially आपका, ठीक है. Now they have, like, they are making some sort of commitments कि whatever profit we will earn, we will distribute 8% as a dividend, ठीक है. Let's say if their profit is 1 crore, so out of 1 crore, 8% they'll distribute among these particular preference shareholders. Now they added some sort of conditions कि if you pay us 200 rupees additional per share, this is kind of a rider in insurance sector, okay? So if you pay 200 rupees additional per share as of now, and if our profit is more than 5 crore rupees, we will pay you additional 2% of dividend, okay? So now we have two options as an investor. One is you can enter simply in this particular case, you will be known as non-participating. And there is some another investor called X who entered entire in this particular deal. He is right now he's paying 1200 rupees for one preference shares. And if company earn more than 5 crore rupees as a profit, so there will be their dividends amount for this particular one will be आपका 10%, ठीक है. The additional 2% they'll get after that particular one, ठीक है. So that is something that generally comes under this particular one, ठीक है. Okay, so this was, and when it comes to the convertible, this right belongs to the investors. They can convert those type of preference share after a certain time into equity, and they can liquidate. And when it comes to the redeemable, right belongs to the issuing company. They can redeem, means buy back those particular shares from the market, and they can like they can pay off the money of the investors and all. Which of the following statement regarding foreign exchange market are correct? So foreign exchange market are correct. Okay? Very simple question. Now in module A, with unit 1 and 2, we have discussed this particular one in detail. So now you have to answer. So what will be your correct answer? Foreign exchange market is highly liquid, but most currencies are fully convertible and actively traded. Not most currencies, only few currencies. Currencies like dollar, euro, yen, pound, so there are few currencies only, they are fully convertible. Otherwise, like most of currencies are where we have to use the cross rate and also. We'll not go with this one. Forex market operate virtually with no physical boundaries, and trading is primarily limited by the domestic regulation and currency convertibility. True. Even partially convertible currencies like Indian rupee can have liquid market due to a strong domestic demand and economy factor. True. Okay. 2 and 3. So means आपका option B will be right answer for this particular one. ठीक है. ठीक है. So option B will be right answer for this one. Correct है. So this is the one. ठीक है. So statement B आपका, and the rest one is very easy one आपका. ठीक है. हाँ बिल्कुल. Yes. हाँ. So one at least, like, see, if you'll do it like this is the unit number 20th na, then we'll remain with आपका again 10 more units. So that is something we have to think. But now the units आपका, the coming units and all, they do not have that much of bulky statements, और वो थोड़ा सा आसान पड़ेंगे आपको. ठीक है. चलो next question guys. Company ABC Limited, an Indian exporter, expect to receive $5 million US dollar from US buyer on 20th of next month. The company's treasury is concerned about potential rupee depreciation and want to has its currency exposure. The treasury consider entering into a forward contract with its bank today. Meanwhile, the interbank market is quoting a forward rate at premium to spot rate, and bank will in turn take an opposite position in interbank market to manage its own exposure. Based on the situation above, which of the following statement is most accurate regarding ABC Limited decision and forward market mechanism? So what will be your correct answer? ABC Limited is engaging in a proprietary trade with its bank to speculate on. No, there is no speculation. Basically, this is wrong. Okay. The forward rate quoted reflect forecast of USD INR movements 1 month ahead. No, it is not one. It is on real time basis. Basically, forward rate will be at premium to spot if the interest rate in India is lower than the higher. A forward rate will be in premium to spot if interest rate is lower than in US. No, this is also not going to make that impact आपका, ठीक है. On interest rate is one factor, but that is not the deciding factor आपका, ठीक है. Bank will has its customer exposure. हाँ, hedging is part of this one by entering into a opposite position in the interbank market. 100%. D must be right answer for this particular one. Correct? Hai? Yes, very good. Next one, guys. Next question on your screen. Please quickly go through the question and try to answer this one. So, which of the following statement regarding non-deliverable forwards? Okay, non-deliverable forwards mostly like these are the exchange traded, okay, where we do not have any sort of physical delivery, like foreign, like let's say if you purchase options or futures of the on the exchange and all, because so that they are generally categorized under that particular one. Okay? So non-deliverable contracts, forward contracts require physical delivery in currency maturity. First of all, it is wrong. Okay? NDF market operate largely in offshore financial centers. आपका 100% true. Okay? Foreign, basically in offshore means foreign financial centers. NDF involved due to currency convertibility restrictions in emerging, evolved due to currency convertibility reasons. True. Participation in NDF market includes speculators and entities hedging currency risk आपका, ठीक है, that is also correct. ठीक है. NDF market fall within the regulatory jurisdiction. No, it is beyond that particular one. ठीक है. So 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4 means option A only should be right answer for this one. So NDF market do not fall under the regulatory control, and आपका NDF contract are cash settles. We do not have any sort of physical delivery in this particular case. Which of the following statement are true with respect to financial options contract? Okay, so very easy one. I have spent around 1 hour 45 minutes on this डेरिवेटिव टॉपिक. आई होप आप लोगों ने देख लिया होगा, ठीक है. अगर नहीं देखा तो देखिएगा, दैट विल हेल्प यू. चलो बताओ ऑप्शंस के बारे में. यूरोपियन ऑप्शंस कैन बी एक्सरसाइज एनी टाइम बिफोर. नो, दिस इज आपका एट द टाइम ऑफ मेच्योरिटी एक्सरसाइज, आपका एक्सपायरेशन डेट ओनली, ठीक है. यूरोपियन ऑप्शंस, अमेरिकन ऑप्शंस कैन बी एक्सरसाइज ऑन और बिफोर द एक्सपायरेशन डेट, ठीक है. दिस इज रॉन्ग आपका. The buyer of a put option has right to sell the underlying asset, the strike price. Yes. The seller of call option is obligated to deliver the underlying asset if the buyer exercise the option. 100% true. So 2 and 3 means आपका option A again will be right answer for this particular question. आपका. Any statements are clear now? If you are having any doubt, please do let me know. Next one, guys. Next question on your screen. हाँ, थोड़ा सा बड़ा है, आई नो, ठीक है. एंड थोड़ा सा बड़ा क्वेश्चन है, पर ध्यान से अगर आप पढ़ेंगे तो चीजें समझ में आ जाएंगी. ठीक है दोस्तों, प्यार से एकदम, कोई जल्दीबाजी नहीं है. मिस्टर ए, अ सीनियर ट्रेजरी डीलर एट इंडियन बैंक. The bank has received inward remittance of 10 million US dollar from its overseas branch. However, there is a short-term rupee liquidity crunch for 3 months. As the bank intended to subscribe AAA rated a commercial paper issuance worth rupees 82 crores maturing in 3 months. Mr. A, considering using a USD INR swap to meet the rupee requirements without disturbing the underlying USD holding. The prevailing data are spot rate 82 rupees, 3 months forward is 50 paisa, interest rate आपका 7.25, USD funding cost inclusive of LIBOR is 5.25, currency convertibility status fully convertible and INR not fully convertible. ठीक है. Mr. A structure a sell USD spot and buy USD forward. ठीक है. He want to sell the spot and sell the future आपका, ठीक है, for 3 months. Convert USD to INR at spot. Invest in CP and intend to reverse the position at maturity. ठीक है. At the maturity, you want to hold that dollar itself. Based on the fact, evaluate the transaction structured by Mr. A and answer which of the following statement is most accurate. Now you have to answer. बताओ क्या होगा correct answer? What will be a right answer? You got the question, guys? समझ में आया थोड़ा बहुत? कुछ दो लोग भागे हैं, ठीक है. ऐसे क्वेश्चन को देख के क्यों डर जाते हो आप लोग? So what will be your right answer? Anyone who want to try? So transaction will lead to loss because interest arbitrage is not possible between USD and INR. First of all, it is possible. Both being fully convertible currencies, and first of all, both are not fully convertible. And third is they are making a hedge position also. Again, by the way, they are selling this particular one and buying this particular one for the 3 months contracts. So they want to reverse that particular one. So statement 1 is wrong. Statement B आपका Mr. A swap structure is incorrect because swap should only be used for hedging contract currency, not for the arbitrage or liquidity management. Swap, no. See, the position which he has made, na, it is not only about the swap. ठीक है. Structure of USD sell and forward sell of 3 months. ठीक है. Convert USD to INR. ठीक है. No, I'll not go with this one also. ठीक है. This seems irrelevant. ठीक है. थोड़ा सा अलग लग रहा है. ठीक है. The transaction is likely to be profitable since INR is not fully convertible and there is favorable interest rate arbitrage. That is 7.50% and 5.25%. Yes. And the next statement is कहाँ तक पहुँच गए थे हम लोग? Favorable interest rate arbitrage. Provide CP investment earn more than the convertible USD dollar and forward premium. 100% C should be right answer. Ineffective because spot and forward transaction do not result. No. So आपका option C. 100% C should be right answer for this one. Very good. Santosh sir, awesome. Okay. So Mr. INR is not fully convertible first. A, utilizing the swap. This one the rate again and 7.25 and this, and what we are doing, we are earning the premium of 0.50 also, and this spread difference between these two also 2% plus 0.50 per dollars आपका, that is the premium which this investor A will receive at the time of आपका while he dispose of that particular position. ठीक है. Next one. Which of the following statement regarding the money market and its instruments are correct? Very simple question. बताओ. This you have to answer. Everyone, guys. क्या होगा आंसर? ये तो बहुत आसान है यार. ठीक है. ये सबसे बन जाएगा. So call money refer to the overnight funds borrowed by bank and must be repaid within 24 hours. Notice money involve transaction of funds with maturities ranging from 2 to 14 days. Primary dealers are allowed to participate in term money market subject to a limit of it is 225%. Yeah? 225% of their net own fund. ठीक है. It should be 225% of their net own funds आपका. ठीक है. We have limits. These limits are very very important बना. हमने जब concept class किया था ना, वहाँ पे भी हमने इसको discuss किया था. ठीक है. So it is आपका 225%. Non-bank participants like mutual funds are no longer permitted in the call money market since 2015 5 आपका. ठीक है. 100% correct. ठीक है. Then the on and off MIBOR is widely accepted in benchmark rate overnights आपका swap. This is also seems correct. ठीक है. So आपका 1245 means हाँ. So option B should be right answer for this one. ठीक है. So option B will be right answer for this particular one. Why you guys are mentioning A? 124. No, आपका this 1 to 5 is also right. ठीक है. 5 is also right ना. This is still आपका available ना for the benchmark overnight interest rate swap आपका, ठीक है. It is about the overnights आपका MMID. We have MMID, but or ARR we generally use. Please do cross check this point, हाँ, if I'm missing that ARR वाला factor. So इसको एक बार आपका देख लीजिएगा. I guess आपका अभी this more generally work आपका, ठीक है. चलो next one. Which of the following statement is are correct in the context of prudential limit and interbank risk? आपका, ठीक है. Prudential limits and interbank risk. So, and you have to find out the correct statement. So, scheduled commercial bank may borrow a call and notice money market up to 125% of their capital. It is about the call and notice money. ठीक है. 125% a single day. ठीक है. It is आपका and on any single day. If it is आपका overnight, sorry, if it is आपका average of 14 fortnight, so it is 100%. ठीक है. Average of fortnight is 100%. But at a time in a single day, it can be 125. 100% true आपका रहेगा. Interbank market are completely risk free. No, we cannot say completely risk free. They are less risk free, but not will not use this completely risk free. ठीक है. There is a probability of default also. Corporate banks can borrow up to 2% of their aggregate deposit. Sorry, cooperative bank. That's why I saw. Cooperative banks can borrow 2% of their aggregate deposit and call in notice money and term money market. True. 1 in 3 आपका, ठीक है. 1 in 3 means option A will be right answer for this particular one. Correct है, ठीक है. Option A will be right answer for this. Next one. Correct with regard to treasury bills. ठीक है. So you have to find out the correct statement about the treasury bills. आपका बताओ दोस्तों क्या होगा, इससे आसान क्या होगा बताओ. And you'll for sure you guys will face 1 or 2 question around these money market, forex market or securities market questions आपका, ठीक है. So you have to be very careful. चलो बताओ क्या होगा आंसर guys. What will be your right answer? Treasury bill are issued by RBI with a floating rate and are priced at a face value. ठीक है. पहला चीज. The auction of treasury bill is open to wide range of participants, including individual through retail investor though retail investor can participate only on non-competitive basis and up to 5% of notified amount. Third one is 91, 182 and 364 days are issued weekly and fortnightly based on the reporting calendar. FBIL promoted by IBA, FIMMDA and FEDAI is responsible for publishing T-bills curve and other benchmark this. If the T-bills maturity date fall on Sunday or holiday, redemption is done on the next working day and at a price basis on auction yield आपका, ठीक है. So what will be your correct answer? See, these two statements are wrong. ठीक है. First, treasury bill issued by Reserve Bank of India on discount. ठीक है. Discount, they generally get issued on discount basis. ठीक है. So there is nothing like this. So discount आपका discount on face value. And this is true, this is true, this is true, this is wrong. If the treasury bill maturity date fall on holiday, so it should be आपका previous day. ठीक है. Not next आपका, it is आपका previous day. ठीक है. So it is previous day. So that's why it is wrong. So 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4 means option C should be right answer for this one. Why you guys are saying option D? D was 2, 3, 5. 5 is wrong na. It should be आपका previous working day. It is previous working day. Santosh sir, it is redemption occur on previous. So redemption occur on previous working day if maturity fall under holiday. ठीक है. Not the next one. ठीक है. And always at par value, not on the yield. That is the one. Next one. Consider the following statement regarding cash management bill. So these are similar to your treasury bills. Cash management bills are similar to treasury bills, but they are less than आपका 90 days. ठीक है. If government required money for 91 days and above, so RBI issue treasury bills on behalf of government of India. But if they required money less than आपका 90 days, so we use आपका cash management bills. ठीक है. So they are similar with the similar features and all. So what will be your correct answer? What will be your right answer, guys? Anji Masku, what you want from me? See, he came here to ask me. This is time. We are having session. Okay, 10 minutes more. Just sit here. He's very punctual about the time and all. Sit. Consider the following statement regarding the cash management bill by the government of India. So, what will be your correct answer, guys? What will be your correct answer? So, anyone? Yes, okay. B, आपका you people are saying cash management bill, short-term discounted instrument issued for a maturity of 91 days or more. No, it is less than that. आपका ठीक है? Just we discussed this one. The non-competitive bridging scheme applicable to treasury bills if not available. The CMBs are eligible for statutory liquidity ratios, investment by bank, and qualify for the liquidity facility like Repo. This is true. Okay? So 1, 2, and 3. B आपका 100% correct, guys. So option B will be right answer for this particular question. आपका ठीक है? So option B will be correct answer. Next one. Commercial paper. ठीक है? So correct statement about the commercial paper. ठीक है? Which of the following statement is correct about the commercial paper? बताओ. So commercial paper, and you have to find out the correct statement. Commercial paper can be issued with a maturity of ranging 3 days आपका. It should be first of all 7 days to आपका 1 year. Yes, so wrong. LLPs and trust issuing commercial paper must have a minimum net worth of 100 crores, and all fund-based facilities availed should be a standard asset आपका. ठीक है, 100% true. ठीक है. CP must have issue through the scheduled commercial bank account issuing and paying agents. True. It is mandatory all CPs can be issued in for all CPs to be issued in physical form of the investment by the bank. Each issuance or renewal of CP events, if on the same term, is treated as fresh. Each issuance or renewal will not consider this particular. 2, 3, 4 should be right answer for this one. Okay? 2, 3, 4. No, we do not have 2, 3, 4 आपका. 2, 3, 5. Okay. अच्छा, anyone who want to answer this one? अच्छा, okay. B, you guys are saying B means 1, 2, 3. No, there is some LLPs on a maximum this. CP must be issued in scheduled commercial bank. It is mandatory all CP issued physical. Sorry. First of all, it is आपका demat form. It is demat form आपका, ठीक है, dematerialized form. This is wrong. Sorry. And each issuance of renewal of CP, this will be treated as first. So this should be right answer. ठीक है. 2, 3, 5 should be right answer. C should be right answer for this particular one. Correct है? C will be right answer. Rakesh sir, you are saying B. No. Anyone else? तो C should be. It should be in demat form आपका. ठीक है? कहाँ गया? In fact, bank can only invest CP in the demat form, not physical. ठीक है? And this is आपका true statement. Next one, certificate of deposit. So next statement is about the certificate of deposit. Come here, Maski, come here. Certificate of deposit are correct. So which of the following statement about the certificate of deposit? Want to go? Go. Certificates of deposit. Not physical, only आपका demat form. Yes. Got it. Next question, guys. CDs issued by bank can have a maturity between 7 days to 3 years आपका, ठीक है? So it is आपका maximum 1 year. So maximum 1 year. So this is also wrong. First statement. CD are negotiable dematerialized instruments that may be issued at discount and are governed by RBI prescribed formats and all. ठीक है? So statement 2 is right. Premature closure of CDs is allowed only in case of extreme liquidity crunch faced by the bank, subject to RBI approvals. So premature closure is not permitted for CDs as per my knowledge. I'll not go with this one. CD attract stamp duty and generally are more expensive than the normal fixed deposit. Bank for the issuing bank. Bank must maintain CRR and SLR on the issue price of CD, and buyback of the CD is permitted after 7 days. This is also correct. So 245. Do we have 245? Yes, sir. So option D should be right answer for this one. Correct? D should be right answer for this one. No? Yes. So statement 1 is wrong and 3 is wrong. Premature closure of CD is not permitted under any circumstances, and the remaining statements are correct. Feature or regulatory requirements of market repo transactions as per the repo transaction as per the RBI directions. So what will be your correct answer? Yes. So repos in government securities must be settled only through CCIL or other approved clearing agencies. First statement is 100% correct. There is no issue with this one. Repo transaction involving corporate bonds and debentures are exempted. No, they are not exempted from the CRR and SLR treatments. Repo can be transacted in securities issued by related entities, provided they are listed on recognized exchange. Repo can be transacted in securities issued by, it is, first of all, it is not आपका related party. Repos Repos are accounted for as sale and repurchase transaction, yes, with interest adjustment recorded by a repo adjustment account, yes. Participants in the corporate debt repo market face both issuer credit and security price risks, such as limit broader participation in all, right? So 145 A should be right answer for this one. Correct है? Yes, हाँ. Yes, करेक्ट है दोस्तों. आंसर भी करते रहो थोड़ा सा. ठीक है, जस्ट ट्राई एटलीस्ट. ठीक है. नेक्स्ट वन, which of the following statement about repo and reverse repo mechanism under RBI LAF is true? This is very simple question. LAF आपका, ठीक है, liquidity adjustment facility. So you have to find out the correct statement. आई थॉट कि इसके क्वेश्चंस के आंसर सबसे सही जाएंगे. यहाँ पे आके मुझे ऐसा लग रहा है कि आंसर इसी के थोड़ा सा गड़बड़ जा रहे हैं. ठीक है, ऐसा क्यों भाई? So under repo is used by RBI exclusively to observe liquidity. No, ऐसा नहीं है. ठीक है, it is both side basically, and it is to observe or to infuse the money in the economy. ठीक है, क्या कह रहा है? Repo used by RBI exclusively to observe liquidity from the bank during time of excess money supply. It can be for the both purposes. Not, we cannot say कि it is only for the absorb liquidity. It is also to infuse liquidity in the market also. Reserve repo, reverse repo auction of fixed rate variety are conducted every working day and remain open till midnight. Statement 2 is correct. There is no issue with statement 2. Statement 3, bank can borrow funds from RBI through repo and also lend surplus funds to reverse repo. RBI revised the corridor between repo and reverse repo depending on liquidity conditions. RBI revised the corridor between repo and reverse repo rate depending on liquidity conditions. What do you say about this particular one? RBI revise the corridor of this depend it should not be depend on the liquidity, I guess. It should be आपका, it is totally depend on the so many factors, and the decision is generally made on the basis during the monetary policy meet and all. RBI conduct 14-day variable repo rate action every Friday as per the revised. हाँ, this is true. ठीक है. So this we have to check. This is wrong. So 235, हाँ, if it is, so B should be right answer for this one. RBI does not frequently revise the corridor. First of all, the rate level are revised based on the policy review आपका. ठीक है. So that is the one. Correct है. चलो next one. Standing deposit facility SDF. ठीक है. It is a kind of a substitute of reverse repo rate. ठीक है. SDF is substitute. पहले जैसे हमारा reverse repo rate होता है, अभी भी है आपका commercial bank to commercial bank. They generally deposit their surplus money with RBI. वैसे ही ये भी फ्लो ऑफ मनी इज कमर्शियल बैंक टू आरबीआई, बट इट इज विदाउट कोलेटरल, एंड रिवर्स रेपो रेट इज आपका विद कोलेटरल. ठीक है. वहां पे आरबीआई कोलेटरल प्रोवाइड करता है, यहाँ पे नहीं देता है. ठीक है. बट द रेट विच इज ऑफर्ड बाय आरबीआई इज हायर कंपेयर टू रिवर्स रेपो रेट. ठीक है. सो क्या होगा करेक्ट आंसर? So SDF rate is set at 25 basis point below the policy rate. 5.5, हाँ 25 बिल्कुल सही है. ठीक है. Deposit placed under SDF are treated as part of, no, they are not part of they are not part of CRR, but they are part of SLR. They are for CRR, no, SLR yes. ठीक है. SLR they are part of this one. SDF bid can be automated through the SDF ASISO facility based on the preset limits आपका 1 in 3. 1 in 3 means option B should be right answer for this particular one. Correct है. Next one. Which of the following is true about the MSF marginal standing facility scheme 2000? नहीं, MSF आपका rate overnight, basically the rate at which RBI lend money to commercial bank for overnight. Basically it is something around the management of SLR securities. When there is a shortfall, so we generally, there is a notional transaction between RBI to commercial bank. ठीक है. तो उसी के अराउंड आपका ये रहता है. क्या होगा करेक्ट आंसर? व्हाट विल बी योर राइट आंसर? So MSF was introduced in 2011, allow overnight borrowings up to 2% of NDTL. MSF borrowing is done at the rate of 2.25% higher of repo rate. During the COVID-19 pandemic, MSF borrowing limit were permanently increased. No, it was during the COVID period only. It is not a permanent thing. So A will be right answer for this one. Next one. ABC Bank has invested following securities and instruments during 24-25. As a compliance officer, you are required to assess the nature of the investment and determine their treatments for regulatory and investment purpose. 200 crore rupees invested in 10-year Government of India securities, coupon 6.10%, maturing in 2034, currently priced at 98.20, held under the held to maturity. Held to maturity means bank is going to hold these particular one until 2034 itself. ठीक है. जब तक इनका maturity आपका नहीं हो जाता. 100 crore rupees invested in state development loan issued by Uttar Pradesh government, placed in available for sale. They want to sell these particular one in this accounting period itself. 50 crores in bonds issued by NABARD for priority sector lending, approved by RBI as SLR eligible. 30 crore investment in separate trading of registered interest and principal of securities purchased from secondary market. 20 crore in floating rate of bonds issued by RBI, coupon linked to 182 days yield आपका. ठीक है. So this is the situation. Now, which of the following statement are correct regarding the treatments and regulatory implication of the above instruments? So statement 1 आपका investment आपका this means A means this. ठीक है. 200 crore rupees invested in 10 others. So investment under A qualifies to SLR. It is government security, 100% it is. and not mark to market because we are holding them till maturity. 100% true. Okay. Statement 1 is 100% true. There is no issue with this. Investment under B आपका ठीक है, this must be marked to market at least quarterly because these are held for available for sale. We are waiting for the fair prices and quarterly review should be there. 100% true. Their valuation should be at quarterly basis at least. Investment under C, आपका 50 crores bonds issued by NABARD for priority sector lending funds approved by RBI, eligible for SLR, qualify for SLR, this is true, but not counted as government security. 100% it is DFI issued आपका, it is issued by आपका किसके द्वारा? Statement 3 issued by they should be categorized as government security. It is mentioned not counted. They will be counted. This is wrong. आपका C. Investment under D, 30 crore investment in separate trading of registered interest and principal of securities. So may not qualify for SLR as strip are traded as zero coupon instrument. This is also correct. Investment under E qualify for SLR, but its return will vary depending on the market liquidity and treasury bill yields. 200 crore floating rates by RBI. 100% true. So 1, 2, 4, 5. 1, 2, 4, 5 means 1, 2, 4, 5. Do we have? We have. Option C should be right answer for this one. Correct? So NABARD bonds are approved securities and qualify for SLR. Okay, but they but they are not classified as government securities as per se. Okay, please do remember this one. They are investment under qualified SLR but not counted as government security. This please do cross check this particular statement once again. ठीक है, चलो आगे बढ़ते हैं दोस्तों. Next question on your screen. Next question on your screen. Please quickly go through the statements. Corporate debt paper and credit ratings. Corporate debt papers means any bond issued by the corporate houses. Okay? Bonds issued by the corporate or companies आपका, that is corporate debt paper. So what will be your right answer? So tier 2 bonds issued by a bank are treated as SLR securities and eligible for SLR maintenance. No, that is wrong. Not here. So tier 2 bonds are not, they are non-SLR securities. I'll not go with this. Yield on corporate debt instruments are inversely related to the credit quality of the issuer. 100% true आपका. Bank can invest only in corporate debt papers that held in physical form. No. Credit rating for domestic corporate debt provided by SEBI registered ratings आपका. Global credit rating agencies become relevant when corporate debt paper is issued in international market. True. So 245. 245 means option A should be right answer for this particular one. Correct? So tier 2 bonds are non-SLR securities. Bank can invest only in demat form, not in the security form. State government loans, trading books, how it should be in mark to market. Okay. See, that was not about the state loan. Sorry, state government loan. We'll just come back. We just missed that particular one. कहाँ पे था ये sir? Invest 100 crore rupees invested in they see which is why we require to M2M आपका, because it is available for sale. This was the reason. Statement 2, investment under B must be marked to market at least quarterly. Why it is quarterly? Because we have kept them for आपका sale purpose and all. So state development under Uttar Pradesh government and all, so that is the one. If let's say if those bonds are linked with some floating rate, so if there is any change, you have to adjust those particular. That's why it is. Santosh sir, for your query. So next one, guys, interaction between domestic and global market, especially in relation to treasury functions. Especially in relation to the treasury functions. Now tell me, what will be your correct answer? So what will be your correct answer, guys? This we have discussed earlier also, easy one. Okay. Please go through the statement and try to answer this one. So under current regulation, Indian companies can raise up to 750 million US dollar without any maturity condition. Without any maturity condition. There is maturity conditions provided it for domestic infrastructure companies. For everyone, we have this one. If it is only infrastructure project itself, then still we have the regulations and all. So in case of like we have 3 years, 10 years, the different one. Na? So if it is domestic infrastructure company, it should be 10 years आपका, ठीक है. ADR, GDR holder bear the exchange rate risk when converting their holding into equity shares in India. ठीक है, this is आपका correct, 100% true. ठीक है, there is no issue with this. So ADR holders or GDR holder bear the exchange risk आपका, and that exchange risk is borne by the investor, not by the issuing companies. True. Bank in India are permitted to borrow or invest in overseas market using their foreign currency resources, but only up to 100% of tier 1 capital subject to RBI. Bank in India are permitted to borrow or invest in overseas market using their foreign currency resources. It is about the foreign currency resources, so that's why this statement is 100% true. Next one आपका under the LRS, individual can remit 2,50,000 overseas per financial year, including margin trading and speculative investment. No, it is not allowed for the margin trading and speculative trading. Wrong. Exporter can avail pre-shipment and post-shipment finance in foreign currency and also maintain EEFC account to retain their export proceed in foreign exchange too. Okay? So 235 means option C should be right answer for this particular one. ठीक है, क्या कहते हो आप लोग? Yes, C will be right answer. हाँ, बिल्कुल सही. तो statement 1 was incorrect. ECB up to 750 million is allowed with sector wise eligibility. Minimum average maturity period is 10 years for the infrastructure and all. Okay? It was infrastructure project only, na? Yes, infrastructure project. Yeah. Fourth one was wrong. LRS. There is exemption around the margin trading or ACA gambling also, right? So that is the one. By FCNR, but to 12. अच्छा okay, हाँ 12 million US dollar. Okay, that is the point आपका. हाँ, it is mentioned here. Sorry, very nice, sir. So correct. Bank borrow or invest overseas market using FCNR fund 100% tier 1 minimum up to 10 million US dollar. Okay, your point is also mentioned here, right? So I always align the things with the book itself. Maybe you have gone through the book, so that is correctly mentioned here. Very good, Santosh sir. Chalo.